right, enough derby. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
The quadruple is on, Jules. Pep Guardiola makes 10 changes, and Manchester City roll to a 3-1 win in Newcastle. Also, what do you make of the fact that Pep will now have to face a 2-match ban? He thought it was a big joke.
Yeah, I mean, I was there. I was sat right behind his bench anyway, so I had the Pep Guardiola show.
Why didn't you help him with his coat?
The whole. Oh, he didn't need any help. Trust me. He took it the way he took it. He was so angry, and then his face, I thought, was confronting the fourth referee after he got his yellow card, which I videoed from my seat and went quite viral on social media because I think his face looks threatening. Pep's face looks threatening, certainly. What I find fascinating about this 2-match ban, that's his 6th yellow card, right? So you get, again, a match ban for every slot of 3 games, so that's 2. Except that in the rules, if amongst the 2 next games that you are banned for, there's one cup final, either the League Cup final or the FA Cup final, you're not banned for that game.
Yeah, this is...
So if a player gets sent off and get a 3-match ban and he misses the final, but yet a manager has to be, I don't know if it's because he has to lead the team, how they do in England, and then shake the hands of the king, the queen, the prince, the prime minister, whoever. I don't know why, but I find that a little bit good for him. He'll be on the bench for that game at Wembley against Arsenal in the League Cup final. I thought City were outstanding, even with their B team, bar the first 15 minutes when they conceded. After that, I thought it was some of the best football I've seen them play this season. I was really, really
Maybe
impressed.
These guys should play instead of the other guys.
I have to say, it was really... And Newcastle are a really good team, but they're fatigued now.
Howe said they were tired, and he said, we also were holding something back for the Barcelona game in the Champions League.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
But you'd said they should focus on winning the FA Cup because they can win the FA Cup.
Yeah. Completely, yeah.
Again, I go back to maybe they should have rested players in earlier games.
Yeah, maybe as well. Yeah, certainly. But it looked like with it was the strongest Newcastle team pretty much available. Okay, bar Gordon, where was Pep made all those changes, and clearly the priority for Eddie Howe and Newcastle was that game in the FA Cup, not really the Champions League. Otherwise, he would have done like Pep. For Guardiola, clearly the Real Madrid game was more important than this one, but they still won it. And the quadruple is also on, Gab, because Mansfield did give Arsenal a really tough time on Saturday before falling 2-1. I'm going to guess you're not going to approve of Mikel Arteta's lineup choices?
No, I'm not. I mean, look, I just don't know that you need to give yourself such fine margin, right? He started 2 16-year-olds. Max Dowman, who we've seen before, he's very, very good. He's also 16, playing on a League One pitch. Probably not as nice as the pitches he plays on regularly. The other kid, Salmon, again, highly rated youngster, obviously made a mistake for the goal. I don't know that you want to say put guys in that position. And also, but more than that, it's the message you send to the other team, to the rest of the team, the guys who play. Hey, guys, I want you guys all have a game, a run out. But to shoehorn you in, I have to change my formation to a back 3. And I think he realized that because minute 38, he made the change, Pierre and Capia coming on.
Yeah.
So at least it looks something like the first team. So you're not sending a message, hey, you guys are scrubs. I don't think it's the message Arteta wanted to send. And the other factor is, what if this goes wrong? What if something goes wrong? You know how they're so precious in this car. You know right now, Arteta is getting so much hate because of the set pieces, the defensiveness, dull, boring art, blah, 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 right? If on top of that, you disrespect the FA Cup, it can derail everything else.
Yeah.
So you're playing Bayer Leverkusen here. You know, you're not playing, Pele and the guys from Escape to Victory midweek. Play something more resembling a real team. That, again, with the benefit of hindsight, that's how I see it. More FA Cup. Port Vale, dead last in League One, beat Sunderland, who feel pretty close to a best 11. Granit Xhaka was on the bench. Jules, weirdly, Port Vale have won more cup games than league games this season. Yeah,
the only game they lost in one of the 2 cups, the League Cup and the FA Cup, was against Arsenal in the League Cup when they were beaten at home. But yeah, they've been outstanding. They're much better since John Barry, the new Australian manager, arrived in January.
They're still 1 million points back.
They've got 3 games. They're 11 points behind. They've got 3 games in hand. So obviously they're still not out of it completely to go down, and they have momentum. And this would be massive because it's not just that they won and they play the football that you expect a League One team like them to play anywhere on a terrible pitch. It's just that they fought really hard and they didn't actually give much away to Sunderland, who were quite poor, had a couple of good chances certainly to come back into the game, but But yeah, it was one of those kind of afternoons in the FA Cup.
More magic of the cup. Wrexham nearly produced some unbelievable content for their show.
Yeah.
Twice taking the lead against Chelsea, Jules. Liam Rossinier says his team were, quote, a bit lucky. Were they?
Well, they were and they were not really. Yeah, twice they went behind, which is obviously not good. When you look at the goals they conceded as well, it's pretty poor defending from a very changed Chelsea team.
Back three again.
Back three makes no sense against a team like this. I'm sorry.
Sorry, the Arsenal principle, but it
wrong.
makes sense if
Yeah.
I want to shoehorn as many people into the team.
Didn't work, changed things. In the end, they had to go through extra time. And Vale, although it was the right call, came to the rescue as well, not to go to 3-3 when they were 3-2 up. But I guess you move on. It's another competition they're still in, which I think is good for Liam and for the players. Some got some rest, which is also needed before they go to Paris on Wednesday for the Champions League against PSG. So in the end, yeah, you got a bit of a scare. And it was a great afternoon if you're Wrexham, if you're Rob
If you're a
McElhenney,
neutral as well. Like.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, all the big names, big stars were there. Good for them. And for Chelsea, you move on very quickly, I think.
But the commentator on my feed, or whoever was talking in the beginning, kept referring to him as Robert McElhenney. I don't think he has any idea who the guy is.
Yeah, exactly.
Liverpool are through in the FA Cup with a 3-1 win at Wolves on Friday. Andy Robertson and Mo Salah both score. And Ryan Gravenberch signs a long-term deal.
Yeah, I think that's let's move on very quickly from the FA Cup. There was not much at all in that game.
Salah scores 2 games in a row and you still got to hate on him.
No, it's great. 2 goals against Wolves. Well done for the Gravenberch deal. It's a no-brainer how good he's been in the last 2 years anyway. Even this season when it's a bit more difficult collectively, he's very important in everything that they do. So it makes a lot of sense. He got a reward for doing so well. I'm all for that as well. And now they can focus back on the league where they're obviously in that massive dogfight for Champions League places.
They need help.
Yeah.